So I want to welcome you all to Media Predicts 2010. Making the list, what's hot and what's not in technology. So I'm Paula Dunne, Media Predicts Chair and past President of the Public Relations Society of America in the Silicon Valley, thank you, and President of Contos Dunne Communications. Thanks. Tonight's event is a sellout again. It's really good to see so many faces, familiar faces in the audience. Welcome, everybody. You know, it's been a tough couple of years, but we're almost through it, so say the experts. And we're now starting a new decade. Where did the last 10 years go? So the teen decade is upon us. And our honorees this evening are going to tell us what's likely to happen in the first year of this new era. And we hope they're not going to tell us how hellish the teens are going to be for technology. But we think they'll do a better job of predicting what'll be big in 2010 than, say, the so-called prophecies about doomsday. So did anybody see the movie 2012? Yeah? So those types of predictions, they don't come along just every decade. There are several made every year. And actually, there were 22 public doomsday predictions made in the year 2000 alone. But today, there's not going to be any talk of comic hysteria or Y2K or magnetic fields or cosmic solar rays or the end of technology as we know it on December 21st, 2012. And we're not gonna have any ETs or Patrick Garrels on stage to shock and wow us. You will actually be hearing from some of the top journalists, analysts, and chroniclers in the world today. So before I introduce our sponsors this evening and tonight's master of ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to thank the people who make this night possible. The PRSA Silicon Valley Board of Directors, and our partner, the Computer History Museum. So the PRSA Silicon Valley actually makes up the event committee, and they work with me year-round to create this outstanding event. I'd like to recognize them all, but particularly this year's president, Ryan Donovan, president-elect Samantha Moore, nominated incoming president-elect David Vosbrink, my co-chair Ann Massenkyle, and our most active committee members, Bob Glantz, Janelle Hester, Jason Curry, Angie Roberts, Ashley O'Brien, Hillary Schuler-Jones, John Greer, Vanessa Yanez, and Rachel Polish. And I hope I'm not leaving anyone out. Would the board stand please? Stand and be recognized. Stand, please. Thank you. Good. So the PRSA Silicon Valley is the best. You know, as with any organization, as you know, it's the people behind it. They make the difference. And this group is like no other. The level and quality of blockbuster events, professional development workshops, and panels is, and this is no exaggeration, it is the most outstanding of any other similar organization. I'm very proud of this group. So I'd also like to take a quick moment to recognize our VIPs at this table here. Our VIPs include John Holler, the CHM CEO, Jeff Stiles, the SVP of Marketing at SAP, Karen Tucker, the Churchill Club Chief, Lou Hoffman, President and founder of the Hoffman Agency, Stephen Wright, the VP of Strategic Communication at Silicon Valley Leadership Group, and Susan Butenhoff, the founder of Access Communications, and none other than Will Durst. I have a very important group to thank next, but before I do, and that's going to be our sponsors who make it all possible. Before I introduce them, the CEO of the Computer History Museum, John Holler, would like to say a few words. John?
Thank you, Paula. Thanks, Paula. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the museum. You threw a great party. Everybody's clearly having a wonderful time. This is obviously the place to be tonight. I have the easiest job in the world, which is just simply to welcome you to this place. which is the world's largest and most significant museum of its kind anywhere. And last year we did 238 events at the museum. And the reason we do so many events is that people feel such a connection to this place, especially if you work in technology of any kind. Einstein said late in his life that the difference between the past, the present, and the future was just a stubborn illusion. And that begins to tell you, I think, why you feel such a connection to the museum, if you do, and why we do what we do, because history happens so fast in the Valley and in computing, it changes so quickly, and it's gone forever. So we're recording history in real time, and we're proud to have you here and to partner with PRSA tonight to make this a venue for you. Please come back next year. We're opening a 30,000 square foot new exhibition downstairs, The Definitive History of Computing, from the abacus to the iPhone or the Pre or the Android, whatever it is, and everything in between. We'll look forward to seeing you again next year, and we hope to partner with you again next year, Paula. Thank you very much, and thanks for coming, everyone.
And now, a sincere thank you to our sponsors. First and foremost, our premier event sponsor, Yahoo. Our prized platinum sponsors, Microsoft and SAP. Our esteemed gold sponsors, Blancanotis, MarketWire, Ogilvy Public Relations Worldwide, Trainer Communications, and Weber Shandwick. Our bronze sponsors, A&R Edelman, Access Communications, Byte Communications, Brunswick, Business Wire, Dell, Eastwick Communications, Fleischman Hillard, Outcast Communications, Reuter Finn, SanDisk, Voce Communications, and Wagner Edstrom. And last but not least, our in-kind sponsors catered to Computer History Museum, J. Lohr Vineyards and Wines, Michael Mahia Photography, Millennial Productions, and John Hamilton from our AV teams. Thank you. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies this evening. Duffy Jennings is a lifelong Bay Area journalist, as well as Silicon Valley writer, corporate communications executive, and PR consultant. Today, he blogs for SF Gate about the media, journalism, and other topics. And he's no stranger to the San Francisco Chronicle. He began his career as a prize-winning Chronicle crime reporter, City Hall bureau chief, and editor in the 70s. Among his first major stories was a case that gripped Northern America, Northern California especially, in fear. The serial murders by this killer called Zodiac. I remember that. In an odd twist on technology, the Zodiac struck at random, using the Chronicle to taunt police and terrorize the public with cryptographic letters and puzzles, boasting about his crimes and threatening more. Alas, he was never caught. So now, let's allow Duffy to introduce himself through Adam Goldberg, who plays him in the feature movie Zodiac. The scene opens with Jake Gyllenhaal in the role of Chronicle cartoonist Robert Graysmith as he approaches Duffy. Let's take a look.